Hello guys, just like we said earlier, Danwalker TV is bringing you amazing content this year. It's all banger. Yeah, so currently we find ourselves in Archbishop Porter Girls Secondary School, one of the best girls senior high school in Western region. Yeah, so we have here one beautiful lady here. It's a student. What's your name?
Please, my name is Malina Osayajiman.
Okay, so Malina will say, today we had a discussion about menstrual hygiene.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and I would like you to ask a few questions about menstrual hygiene and then personal hygiene in general. Yeah, so when we say personal hygiene, what do you think about personal hygiene, or what's your understanding of personal hygiene?
Okay. I think that personal hygiene is when you keep your body clean, everything about your body in terms of brushing your teeth, taking your bath twice daily, and making sure that you are looking very presentable.
Okay, so Malina, we all know personal hygiene is keeping or making sure your body is intact
Yes, please.
or everything is in order. Uh-huh. So, what are the measures or what are some of the actions that you take in order to keep your body healthy or hygienic?
Well, for me, I think that brushing your teeth twice daily and taking your bath regularly, and then whenever you are having your period, changing your pad at least every 4 hours is what I believe is keeping your body very healthy and keeping it very clean.
Nice one. So, Malina, I would like you to educate young girls out there about menstrual hygiene. So, when we say menstrual hygiene, what's menstrual hygiene?
Well, menstrual hygiene are some of the precautions or some of the methods or procedures you go through when you are in your menstrual cycle. Some of the things you do to keep yourself healthy.
Okay.
Yes, please. So, my message to
All right.
young people out there is that whenever you are having your menses, the best thing to do is to keep changing your sanitary pad regularly, and then taking your bath is very, very important. So that's what I think.
All right. So Malina just gave us a nice breakdown of personal hygiene and then menstrual hygiene. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
have one beautiful lady here. What's your name, please?
Mariana Kwayanki.
Okay. So Mariana, I think we all had some insight on personal hygiene and then menstrual hygiene inside there. I would like you to educate those out there about personal hygiene. So Mariana, when we say personal hygiene, what's actually personal hygiene?
Okay, I would say personal hygiene. They are the very things we put in place to keep our body healthy from illness and things that make our body unhealthy. I'll say that's personal hygiene for me.
Okay. So how does one protect him or herself from unhealthy stuffs?
Okay, there are a lot of things people do to keep their bodies safe from unhealthy stuffs, and I would say some is bathing regularly, shaving pubic hairs and all those things, and keeping our surroundings clean, making sure there's no dirt around us. Yeah, I'd say that's some of the things we do to keep our body clean.
Mariana, do you think there has been enough education on personal hygiene in senior high schools? What's your say on? And if you are to rate the education or the knowledge factor in senior high schools, how would you rate it?
Okay, senior high school, for instance, like my school, I would say my school is a 95 because
95.
yes,
Oh wow.
whenever we come for assembly, our
Mhm,
mommy educates us on the very things we can do to keep our bodies neat.
mhm.
And then on Fridays too, our headmistress academics also educates us, make sure she take us through all the very things we will do to keep our body neat. So for my school, I would say it's a 95, but for other schools, I would say maybe a 70 since I'm not in that school. But for my
Okay.
school, I would say a 95.
Okay. Sometimes live in a society where most ladies can't provide or can't even buy sanitary pads to use. So, what's your advice to the government or to the leaders in our society helping this girl child in order to afford this sanitary pads? Yeah.
Like how you've come to our school to educate us, I think the government should support these basic NGOs, organizations that goes into schools to support. They can go to some societies, educating them on it. Even if they can't afford, at least they can share some parts for them. and then educates them by they can all do these things when the government actually puts in some money to these NGOs so that they can go out there and then educate them, and then at least one part given to somebody can make that person smile.
Fine girl, what's your name?
Juanita Elomdoke.
Okay, so Juanita, I would like you to ask a few questions about personal hygiene and menstrual hygiene.
Okay.
So, Juanita, how do you prioritize personal hygiene in your life?
Okay, I take it as something that a lady, especially a lady, has to make a priority in every aspect of her life so that she can feel so confident and unique wherever she goes.
Okay, so Juanita, so when we say personal hygiene, what do you understand about personal hygiene, or how do you explain personal hygiene to people out there?
Okay, personal hygiene simply means taking good care of yourself in so that you don't have risk, especially with matters relating to your health. Yes, taking
Okay.
very good care of yourself, so that you appear so neat, clean, you smell very nice, all of that. All these things make you feel so confident. And so, yeah.
Okay, so Juanita, I would like to ask you one question. So, what are some of the actions or stuffs one can do to prevent illnesses and diseases as a result of not probably keeping personal hygiene or not probably following the personal hygiene rules?
Okay, first of all, you have to take your bath. It's very, very important. Taking your bath at
So,
least twice.
to those who don't bath, what do you have to say about
Please
them?
take your bath two times, at least two times a day. And then you have to brush your teeth too, at least twice a day. You have to also keep yourself very neat, wear clean clothes, iron clothes. You should keep your body parts very good, apply deodorant, and
Deodorant.
yes, all of those things also contribute to
All right.
personal hygiene.
So Juanita says, make sure you bath twice daily, shave your armpits and then your private parts, all the pubic hairs. They make sure
Yes,
you shave them, and then get yourself deodorant, either Nivea, Rexon, other
sure.
Sure, other ones there. You can use them in order to keep personal hygiene. Make sure you trim your hair nicely, cut your fingernails,
Yes.
everything they intact. You understand? All right. So one last thing. Um, educate young girls out there about menstrual hygiene.
Okay. Menstrual hygiene is very, very important as a lady. You should be able to take care of yourself with matters relating to menstruation
Okay.
so that you can feel very confident because confidence is very, very important. It's key, especially if you're a lady. And then you should also know that misconceptions about menstruation are not very good for women or ladies especially because they make you feel so down, they make you feel so unconfident in social groups, especially during your menstruation. All of these social perceptions should be reduced because they are actually making us very feel very bad. It's very not good. And so yeah,
All
that's
right.
it.
So, Juanita, thank you very much. What's your name?
My name is Bidia J.
So, BDJ, I see you holding sanitary pad
Yes.
actually. So, meaning you really got some insights about menstrual hygiene inside there. So, I would like you to educate those out there about menstrual hygiene, ladies out there about menstrual hygiene. So, educate them.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Actually, we have a lot that entails in the menstrual hygiene because actually, as a young female, a female child, an adolescent, your life actually is on the menstrual and the like menstruation. So you need to know more about your menstruation. So for menstrual hygiene, it's about you keeping the body clean during your menses. But actually, don't put it in your mind that only during your menses that you're going to keep your body clean. Actually, it's good to do it every day since practice makes man perfect. So the more you do it, even when you're having your menstruation, you don't need any force to be applied on you that go and bath, change your pad and a lot. So that's what I learned. And I also learned that it's good for you to be changing your sanitary pad like after some hours. Because the more a particular pad is on you, it begins to smell, begins to bring out odor because of the heat there. So you need to change it. And also if you are able, you need to wash down to free the place because sometimes when you have it and you even change the pad, sometimes there are clots of blood which are there. So when you are changing your pad and you are able to wash down that place, it makes you feel comfortable and you feel
Okay.
like you smell good
Okay.
because actually
The blood itself smells. And also, I want you to know that before you change your pad and after changing your pad, you need to wash your hand because
Okay.
you don't know the kind of stuffs you've got in contact with. Because everything here has germs. Because you're not the only one who is touching it. A lot of people.
Sure.
So you need to wash your hand before, especially with soap and water, running water. You wash you when you are done putting the pad in your pants. Also, you wash it, and after changing, because
Okay.
when you change it, once you are changing, your hand gets contact with the blood.
Okay.
The blood which has gone through all processes in your body and has come out,
Okay.
which is the kind of
Okay. So
people we believe
I
as
would
faith.
like to ask you one last question.
Okay.
Um, how do you prioritize personal hygiene in your daily life? How important is personal hygiene to you?
Oh, yes. Personal hygiene is one priority I've taken upon because if you yourself, ideally and personally, you are hygienic, it gives you a form of dignity and confidence. Yes, because when you are hygienic, you don't have any kind of odor, you don't kind of smell, like you look always proper and neat. And that
Good.
helps you because when you move, people will be like, oh, this girl, she smells good, she's neat, she's this, she's that, because of their hygiene. Because if you watch the caliber of people we have,
Mhm.
it's all those, even though you might be on a high caliber, if you are not hygienic, people don't try to get close to you. And when that happens, you don't gain the respect you need to get.
Sure. Sure.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's how it is. So hygiene is one important
Sure.
thing for all of us. No matter how you are, either you are from a low background, a high background, even the financial background should also matter. Because
Okay.
water, as I learned, my mom told me that water is a universal cleanser.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Sure.
it's universal cleanser because usually water is one major thing we use to cleanse everything. Your body when you wash is water. So the more water you have, the more cleaner it comes. So my mom always advised me when you're washing, you need a lot of water.
All right. All right.
And usually mean that hot, it should be cold because actually cold water is able to
Oh,
bring out those kind
oh,
of stains. So it's advisable that even when you're washing a stained cloth of blood or something, you use cold water, not
all
like
right.
water from the fridge. No, just cold water, the water that have been running from the tap.
All right.
Yes.
So she has actually decoded all the codes. We'll break you down on my end. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you
too.
very
And
much.
thank you too for the
All right.
pad also.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. So we have one beautiful lady here, a student of Archbishop Porter Girls Secondary School. So what's your name, please?
Please, my name is Mary Mbashakia.
Okay. So Mary, I want to ask you some few questions on personal hygiene. So Mary, if we say personal hygiene, what's personal hygiene?
So, personal hygiene is basically about keeping yourself clean to avoid infections and for a healthy life.
Okay. So Mary, how can one maintain personal hygiene to prevent illness and then sicknesses?
Okay, so to be able to prevent sicknesses and illness, one must take his or her bath at least twice a day and then brushing your teeth regularly, shaving your pubic areas, and make sure your clothes are neatly washed and dried, well ironed in order to kill germs. And then when you wash your clothes, you are supposed to dry them under the sun because if you dry your clothes like at shady places, they don't get enough sunlight to be able to kill germs that have been caused. When we wear clothes, we sweat a lot. So this creates bacteria which are not seen in our clothes. So when we wash our clothes, we have to keep them under the sunlight to be able to kill those germs, to keep our bodies neat and prevent us from falling ill.
That's great. I like the fact that you mentioned we need to shave as the pubic hairs on our private parts and also bath twice daily. So, Mary, I would like you to advise the youth out there who don't bath twice daily or don't shave their pubic hairs. Give them an advice.
Okay, so to all the young ones out here, I like to tell you that bathing twice regularly is one of the most important things at especially this our age, adolescence, because at this age we start to grow these hormones that like bring a lot of bacteria on us, especially when we sweat. So especially being after a day's work, you don't just go to bed without bathing. You have to take your bath. And then for the part of the pubic area, you have to always shave because because when it's too bushy, especially for my dear young ladies, when it is especially when you're on your period and then you flow too much and the blood mixes with the hair and you are not able to rinse it, or it creates a very offensive odor down there. So it's very advisable to make sure that your pubic hairs are always cleanly shaved.
All right. So, Mary, thank you for the insight. Thank you very much. All right. We are currently at Archbishop Porter Girls Secondary School. So, just like we said, today we want to educate you about personal hygiene and then menstrual hygiene as well. So, we have one beautiful lady here. She's actually a student of Archbishop Porter Girls Secondary School. Yeah. So, we'd like to know your name.
I'm Catherine.
Okay. So, Catherine, we actually got some education inside there generally about personal hygiene and then menstrual hygiene. I would like to ask you, you've heard of personal hygiene, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you understand by personal hygiene?
When we talk about personal hygiene, it's the act of keeping the body clean. Yes, and not only keeping the body clean, ensuring that everything goes on in order to prevent infections.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my question to you again is, how does one keep the body clean? So this is actually the body. So how does one keep the body clean from infections and then germs as well?
Okay, there are many ways that one can keep the body clean. And one, taking your bath regularly, like twice daily, brushing of the teeth. And when it comes to our menstrual cycle, try and make sure that you change your pads regularly. And do not repeat used panties.
Um, Catherine, do you think ladies in our senior high schools or girls in senior high schools are practicing personal hygiene? What do you think if we should rate the practice of personal hygiene in senior high schools, and also if that's the factors or the environmental conditions boost the conditions of personal hygiene? What do you think? Do you think it supports if you are to rate, and then how will you rate personal hygiene in senior high schools?
I can use my school as an example.
Archbishop Porter's
Okay,
girls.
so here we practice it. Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually practice it. Like 98% of the students do practice personal hygiene in the school. We make sure that on Thursdays like this, after school, we wash our clothes. Yeah,
Wow,
and
that's good.
before and after visiting the ladies too, or the washroom, we make sure so you wash your hands with soap and water. And actually we have dustbins at vantage places where we keep this one in order to prevent infections and germs.
Nice one, nice one. So, Catherine, one last question. There are girls out there in the various senior high schools as well, or girls out there. I would like you to give one advice to girls out there about menstrual hygiene.
Okay, so to my dear girls out there, I would also like to tell you, as I've been educated today, I also like to educate you. So with the menstrual hygiene, I would like to tell them to make sure they keep their self neat during their period. Make sure they change their pads regularly. And to those that they bleed heavily, at least every 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours, make sure you change your pads.
Nice
Avoid
one.
using wet panties. And those that they can't afford the sanitary pad, you have another ways. That's using the cloth. And with the cloth, you make sure that one too, you have to change it regularly. So you keep one in your bag. School hours, when you feel like it's full, you go to the washroom, you change. When you go back to the block, you wash it. Make sure you iron it in order to prevent germs or
All right,
infections.
nice one, nice one. So, Catherine, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the insight. Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much.
My name is Ferdinand Anansaki from Danuoka TV, and I have with me.
Emilia Arimbila, the General Secretary for NASPA.
Oh, wow, wow. Okay, so our mission here was.
We came to educate the girls on personal hygiene on Menstrual Day. So, Menstrual Day was on the 28th of this month, and we couldn't come here on that very day because we went to other schools. So, we decided to come here today to educate the girls on menstrual hygiene, how to keep themselves safe during their menses, not to infect themselves with other stuffs.
Oh, okay, okay. So, how was your experience here?
Oh, very great. Not knowing the students even know what we don't know. They know a lot and they have taught us a lot and we've learned a lot from them. And we've also given them what we came to like do for them. So it's cool.
Oh, okay. So I saw you guys sharing some parts and stuff, but me that I'm having girlfriend, how will I get it?
Oh, we'll give you, don't worry.